Like if you cut them down now, that's blocking the light, your man in there. That's blocking the light now going into his place. There's a big shadow just casting there. Like if you cut that out now and the tree there and cut up for Blackwood, you put that in the back of the fire, Jesus, you'd hit the fire up. I was down at the pub last night. We went down after the under 16 county final, you know. I was talking to Mickey Mack below and he was talking about global warming, you know. And I said to him, what there? So it feels warm out, what are you talking about? Be a good idea, he said, the global warming. He said to me, so this is the fellas up in Dublin now are trying to stop the global warming and cutting the bogs. Like, he threw a few less in the peat briquettes into the fire, you know. So I said to him, global warming, what's that? So it feels warm out, what were you complaining about? I said, did Danny Hillary blow and Kerry? He's the right man for the job. Oh Jesus, I'll tell you something, he showed him above in Dublin, huh? He went into the Dalby, into the Parliament, National Parliament, 1916, and it's our own fucking place, and we fought for the freedom of the country to do what we like and wreck the place. But anyway, that's beside the point. But Danny Healy, he'd be kind of a hero of mine, like, he said the right thing, like, he said it's global warming. So it was always global warming, the warm, and the wind coming in and coming out, like, you know what I mean? And he talked about the potato famine he was talking about. But anyway, global warming, I think would be a great idea, because you know what? You'd save a fortune in the heat during the winter, and you wouldn't have to be throwing the logs in the fire at all. And you'd have potatoes all year round. You'd have potatoes all year round. All year round, you'd have two crops, And you could lash in the potato on a St. Patrick's Day. And then you'd harvest them in September, we'll say, or the early one will be coming in about July, August, September, that way, like, you know. And then, with the global warming, like, if the heat in the autumn, if you're 50, fucking heat in the autumn, to be slapping them in again, you could get two crops out of the one field. And like the ice will be melting above in the Arctic, so you can go up above the Canada and United States. You go up there and you can go straight across to Russia. Now I'd say Putin and Trump, they'll be slapping the old yachts across there, so they'll be getting that. They're great buddies, of course. Trump now, and Billy was saying to me the other night, because I met him at the under 21 championship the other night, you know, and he said to me, he said, like, Trump, fuck it, he said, if he was here, Jesus Christ, we'd have a million jobs, because I tell you something, see them trees there, he said, he'd slap them down now, he'd cut them down, because they're blocking the lake going into your man's land, he'd fucking clear it, he'd level that place, he'd lash in the grass, like he did below, above in the west of Ireland somewhere, he would resort, the golf, and he said he'd make a fine golf course out of that. Geez, you'll create all the jobs in Ireland then, like, you know. And, but the only thing about Eamon Ryan now in the Green Party, he'd be down talking about a snail or something, you know. He'd be talking about a snail. But you see that one? That's pure shit now, like, see them? If you could get them out, if you could clear them out your way, you'd have a fine run at it, you know. But it's all the fellas above in Dublin, like, you know. They'll be telling the fellas down the country. That's why I think that Danny Healy, I'm a big fan of his. He went up in the Dalby and he said to Trevor Sargent, there's no such thing as the global warming. There's no such thing as the weather isn't changing. The weather was always changing. That's the whole point of it. 'Tis natural, and 'tis God is in charge. 'Tis God is in charge of it, and fair play to him. I tell you something, I was talking to the parish priest the other night, Father Mike, and Father Mike said to me, I tell you something, 'tis God is in control. Don't be worrying about the weather at all, he said to me. The weather will be grand. Lash away, put as many sheep up on the top of the hill as you want. Don't mind what they say to you. Put in, and we put in the plastic sheep as well for the old headage payments. Do you know what I mean? Like, but sure, they're all doing that. They're all doing that. So why shouldn't I do it? And I tell you something now with the global warming. Dublin, you'll have Henry Street, O'Connell Street, Grafton Street, and you won't have to walk up a hall. It'll save us to walking up the street. You'll have the lads with the what do they call them again? The gondolers. You'll have those lads and they'll be run up. So you'll be creating the jobs. There'll be jobs for the lads above. There'll be jobs for the lads, and there'll be jobs in for when you pull in at your stop. There'll be jobs there. There'll be lads selling coffee and tea. Do you know what I mean? And ham sandwiches for you. And then you go out to Dublin, out to the bay side of things, you know. And the ice will have melted now. The whole Arctic will be gone. But that'll be great, because what'll happen then is you'll have the sea front. The sea will be coming in. You'll be able to see it from the city centre. And there'll be fierce jobs for the boys. There'll be fierce jobs for the pouring the concrete. All the lads will be back from Poland. There'll be Polish fellas coming in as well, of course, like, you know. But all the lads will be back from Boston and London. They'll be doing mighty work, they'll be building a big wall, and when they've that finished, they'll go over to the Shannon, and they'll build a big wall on each side of the Shannon, all the way down, and there'll be no more flooding. Now the wall will be about, to be like, I tell you what it'll be like now, to be like the Trump wall. So maybe old Donald Trump might, he might come over and give us a bit of a consultation, like. And then I tell you something else, I'm going to say something now, and you mightn't like it, lads. You mightn't like it, will be. The best man ever in this country, Bertie Ahern. And he'll come back, and I tell you what we'll call it now, lads. We'll call it the Bertie Wall. The Bertie Barrier. That's what we'll call it. That's the fucking wall. The Bertie Barrier, out around there, and he's over in Drumcondra now. But, you know, and I can see it now. Bertie's back. He's back in Fianna Fáil. He'll be back. And I tell the country, there'll be jobs for the boys, and there'll be jobs for the girls as well, lads. Because I tell you now, it's all about gender equality, is it? So we'll have the lads working and the girls working. I tell you something, there's some powerful girls out there who do as much work in a day as a man.
You pull the concrete.
Huh?
You pull the
I saw one day, she was rolling a wheelbarrow as good as any fella. Oh, I tell you, like that. Right. Anyway, I'm going for a pint now, lads. But don't worry. Don't be worrying about the global warming at all, lads. That'll be a great opportunity for investment in the country. You know, the Bertie Barrier and the Trump Tower and over in Clare, I think it is. And there'll be golf, and there'll be sheep, and there'll be cattle all over the place, and the place will be flying. Grafton Street. Oh, my God, now it'll be like, were you ever over in Venice? The sister sent me a picture the other day on the smartphone, you know. I heard the beep in the arse pocket. I didn't know which pocket I was reaching for, but I eventually got her anyway. And she showed me a picture, and they were on a boat, the gondola, as I was saying earlier on, the gondola, mighty job. That'll be Grafton Street, up and down, gondolas, lads, the stripy tops, you know, the lads in the stripy tops, and they roll like they be rolling away like mad, like, you know, and they be, I tell you something, those lads, those boys, they can roll like nobody's business, you know what I mean? They be up and down Grafton Street as quick as you could say it, huh?